Hi, everyone. I'm a little late coming on. Some things got a little adjusted with the schedule today, but we are still here. So I'm gonna pull some cards for this week and just kind of set in the energy. We're coming up on our last weekend or week for September. So we'll be heading into air signs, aka Libra season, which is my season. So I'm super excited. So let's ask the angel spirits guides what is heading our way, or what energy do earth signs need to focus on. Okay, so for earth signs, it's blue lace agate. So you are being called to find your calm. And when I think of finding your calm, people talk a lot about like nervous system regulation. It's not really just about that. Finding your calm is really learning about your practices to keep the rhythm within your body within balance. And I often say to folks, like, keeping your calm can be like finding out what sorts of things, rituals, or practice that can keep you grounded into the things that you're doing, and thinking about what is it that you need in order to be able to have that balance. And one of the things that we don't teach enough to people is how to identify their needs. So earth signs this week, what I'm encouraging energetically, if you don't have a practice already, think about what is it that you need to be working in order to be able to be grounded in yourself, right? And being calm doesn't mean that you don't honor your feelings. If anything, it is like you're processing and allowing space for it, but having those rituals and practices so that it can keep you grounded and be able to process and work through those things, that is very, very, very important. So earth signs, what does calm mean to you, and what is that state or thing or resource do you need in order to be in that energy? So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and do air signs. So I'll ask the ancestor spirits guides, what sorts of energy or things do the collective need to do with air signs for the week ahead. So yours is aventurine. It's just a green stone here. So it's asking you to create your own luck. So that's one card. You actually got two. And to also live in your now. So I think luck isn't always by accident. It's what are some of the things that you're doing to set up in place so that you can receive that good energy, that good fortune to you. And part of that may be learning how to be more in the present, not so much focusing in on the what ifs and what can potentially happen, but what if everything worked out, right? So my question to you is, what is it that you need to be able to do and live in the present so that you can usher in that luck? And that luck could be abundance. That luck could be those connections that you need for that project that you're trying to do. That luck can be whatever it is that's going to make you feel prepared or in alignment for what's to come. So air signs, we're asking you to sit in and ground a little bit in what's happening around you rather than thinking beyond what you can see in front of you. Let's see, I'm gonna do, hi everyone, those who join, happy Sunday to you. And maybe in the chat, if you wanna write, what are you looking forward to in this week ahead? How are you all doing with this eclipse? Because I ain't gonna lie, this eclipse has been intense and definitely is humbled. I've been speaking with a lot of folks where they've said this eclipse has humbled them. And so, yeah, is there anything that you're noticing in the current energy with your own chart or your own just placements that you're seeing the eclipse? I know a lot of people noticing like what relationships and what cycles they need to round out, and that's really important, especially for those who are elevating. So I'm going to get into water signs. Let's see, so what energy or what thing, blockage that you need to work on this week ahead, water signs. Clear, accurate messages. There's one right here that apophyllite. This is clear. It's kind of a greenish stone. So water signs, you're asking to stay positive. And what I want you to do is not to bypass your feelings of what's happening, but when you are able to kind of shift your energy into the glass half full, that's when more things are able to become connected or to attract you. So if there's something that you are wanting and are asking for to receive, what I want you to do, water signs, is to maybe break out a notebook and maybe write what are the things that you are wanting to call in, especially as we're rounding this eclipse, and then we're also getting into this new moon. What are you wanting to call in? And then also, what are you wanting to let go? And also, water signs, what is it that you need to do in order to stay positive? And sometimes staying positive means maybe asking someone for help if you are struggling. Or is it possibly that to stay positive, you need to really have that confidence about your skills that you have? One of the things that I often say to folks is, as adults, we really struggle with our own imposter syndrome, not because we're not able to do what we need to do, but a lot of it is based in the experiences of what we received as children, because kids can be more imaginative and go to things and test things out that they had never done before. And as adults, we have a really hard time taking that chance and just seeing what happens. So maybe staying positive, allowing yourself to maybe play water signs and experience and just be in the motion of like, this could turn out really well. And if it does turn out really well, then, what can I make from it? So that will kind of help reset your energy. I also recommend scan your body, scan to see where things energetically are stuck, so that placement will help you make sense where you need to work through shadow work to move that energy, if that makes sense. Hi y'all. So we're just talking about water signs and things that you need to do this week. So a lot of people will want to ask about love and relationships and all those things, but we as collective have to also do the energetic work in order to attract relationships that we want. So that's why I do pull these energy cards, because it is really important. And also just right now with money and other things, folks are feeling really stressed. So we work on the therapeutic side of self so that you can keep that flow of money coming in. And so that will always really, really help you if anything you're doing. Hi, Molly Ann. Thank you so much for the hearts. I appreciate it. Tabitha, awesome. You're a Pisces. Yeah. So yeah, just be like, journal. Take this week, water signs, and just like do an entry and just start to just kind of process. And you'll notice like you doing that, then your energy just becomes a lot more lighter, a lot more awareness. And also being a water sign, like let yourself cry. Like, you know, us as people, we keep too much stuff in and we have to be able to release. And that's part of also this eclipse too, is allowing yourself to release things that aren't working anymore, that you don't want to have anymore. And also with the new moon. So I'm glad this is speaking to both of you, Molly Ann and Tabitha. I appreciate that. I'm glad this is speaking to you all. So last, we're going to do fire signs. And if you guys have any questions, I do coaching for folks who are feeling kind of stuck in energy. I also am a Reiki practitioner. So in addition to reading cards, and so really like the way that a lot of us need to evolve is really tied to allowing us to do the healing work. And I know people talk about what healing work is, but it's not always just the clear cut, like I'm doing these modalities and these things. You need to build a practice to work through experiences to help that. So if any of you guys have questions or you are curious about something, like feel free to put in the chat. And also too, like it's good for me because I'm hoping to do more workshops and things that can help people, because I know the energy is really heavy right now and folks feel really tired and exhausted. And so anything that will help you be able to learn how to move the energy and also to heal some of the things that are making you feel stuck is part of the program. So yeah, if you guys have questions in the chat, you can put that in too. And I will, I'll follow up on that. So I did fire signs. It's a sunstone and it's orange. So when I think of orange, I also think of the solar plexus too. It's kind of an orangish red. So it could be solar plexus and it could also be part of the root chakra. So with the sunstone, like it's asking you to take pleasure. And so for fire signs, I think if you are feeling like things are not really giving you that drive, that energy right now, I want you to think about like how you can inscribe pleasure for yourself. When a lot of folks think about pleasure, they think about intimacy with another person, but pleasure is much more than just that. Maybe pleasure is also like how you move your body, how you are in tuned and in touch with your body in itself. And so like with sacral and solar plex movement, like thinking about dance that can allow like the hips and the legs to flow and the body to flow and to move around, kind of shift that energy is really, really helpful. So maybe like taking a dance class that is something that allows that kind of seductive kind of feminine energy could be really helpful. Yeah, so, and maybe just writing a journal of like, what are the things that you used to do that were pleasurable? Or what are the things that you miss that you don't do that are pleasurable? That will really be helpful for you, fire signs. So fire signs, that is your message for this week. And I hope this is helpful. I'm going to be back on Thursday for yes or no questions. So if people have anything that they would like to ask, that would be I'll be excited to do yes or no and just kind of get people in alignment to whatever is helpful. Does anyone have any questions? If not, see you guys later this week, and I'm going to be posting some readings just for folks to plan and think about for the week ahead, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Have a great day.